Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Dojo Setting. Today we're going to be talking about spinners. Spinners suck. They're gonna happen. Every setter has had to deal with them. The spinner is where a hold is being bolted into a T-nut and the T-nut pops out of the back of the wall. Thus, the hold is stuck on the wall. You can't loosen it and release it out. So there's a lot of different ways to address this, to fix it. So we're going to go over a couple that I personally like to do, and hopefully we can get those spinners off of your wall fairly quickly. Alright, so here we have a spinner. The bolt is still in the T-nut, wildly cross-threaded. The T-nut popped out of the back of the wall. So how do we fix this? This one's nice. This method is nice because I have access to the back of the wall. If I didn't have access to the back of the wall, this process is a lot more frustrating. But what we need to do here is get a pair of vice grips. I gotta open them up a little bit. Get a pair of vice grips and hang on to it. Now luckily, I have this support here so that once I go on the front side and start spinning it, it'll stop on this and that'll cause enough pressure to be able to get this out. Now if I didn't have this here, like let's say it's on one of these where there's nothing around to brace it, it helps to have two people, one person to be holding the vice grips in the back of the wall and the other person in the front to unscrew it. So let's head over to the other side and get this thing taken care of. Now that we have our vice grips on the back side holding the T-nut, I'm just going to take my wrench. Honestly, I don't really recommend doing this with a drill. You're going to be able to get a lot more torque by hand. So, and right here, I'm just kind of applying a little bit of pressure. The hold came out. The bolt, seems to be okay. If not, you can run it through a die and sort of re-thread the bolt. If you do not have access to the back of your wall, or maybe the hold isn't sticking very far out of the wall to where you can't really clamp it from behind the wall with T-nuts. This is the way that I use. I know a couple gyms that use this method as well. But you're just going to get a saw blade, a Sawzall blade. And if you can fit it behind the hold, just like this, and take a drill and then just start spinning the bolt. What it'll do is the bolt is constantly rotating on this blade and it cuts the bolt essentially. So you save your hold, you'll have to replace the T-nut, but I'd much rather ruin a bolt than a hold. Bolts are a lot cheaper. So, okay, so now that we've taken the spinner out, we have this big hole here that we can actually repair. Now, whether you're using pound-in T-nuts like these, whether you're using screw-in T-nuts, you're going to have some wall damage here if you have a spinner. And honestly, you don't really want to just pound another T-nut or screw another T-nut in. So what you can do, you can get a small piece of wood. This one is for screw-ons. I'd get it a little thicker if it was going into a pound-on. But you can just line that right back up. So these screws are in the bad part of the wood. And it's not really concerning to me. All these screws are here to do is hold the T-nut into this piece of wood. Now from here, you can just go ahead and pop a couple screws in the corner here, and now you have a patch T-nut. Obviously the T-nut is going to sit a little further back in the wall than your other T-nuts, but you can just get a slightly longer bolt for your hold, and no problem. There were a couple ways to fix those spinners. Hopefully this helped you guys. Hopefully you can get those spinners off of your wall. If there's anything else you would like me to cover, let me know. More than happy to do it. And hit that like and subscribe. We'll keep pushing out videos. Thanks.